This will awaken you. Let me tell you how to awaken you. You are consciousness. Consciousness doesn't have to be awakened or not awakened. It's just already there. You're just blindfolded by your mind and your thoughts and all these forms around you. But you need to understand that all these forms are consciousness itself. Why does it have a volume? Why does it have patterns? Why does it get made? Why does it break down and get remade again? Isn't that what consciousness does? Expands itself like a black hole. So why don't you do that and just be conscious and just live by that? You see, consciousness is able to be itself, but at the same time, replicate itself. That's why you have human beings. You have creatures. That's what all consciousness is. So why can't you just be? Just be still. And know that you are with any of these forms, because these objects that you see are just forms of consciousness. If you be one with these objects, whether you feel, touch, or hear, pay attention, just observe, just don't label it. Just be there with it. That's going to be your gateway to your divinity, and you're going to shift because you know that it's consciousness, and you're staying in that knowing of the consciousness. What consciousness is the knowing that it's there. You don't got to label it. You're just being there with it, not just mentally. If you just do that, trust me, you are going to awaken. You're going to have these realizations, and it's only from there you're just going to increase your consciousness and open a bubble inside of you, break the egg, and truly awaken. Guys, it's really that simple, guys. This will awaken you. How this will awaken you? It's because you are the consciousness, the soul, right? It just ever goes. Look at light, right? You notice how it has it feels like it has no volume. Whether you put your hands on it and block it, it's still bright. You could put a lamp in a room, it will light up the whole room. You could put a candle and it will literally light up. You could put enough 3 candles and it will be enough to lit up a whole room because it's consciousness. That's what your soul is. It's the great light. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do is just be there. The light is able to just have a little tiny spark. Just be there and boom. Shines bright. That's what your soul is. It's the seer. It goes vast, beyond. All you just got to be still and focused. Why you got to focus on something? You're trying to learn more about it. You're trying to see it, right? And it just ever goes and you keep studying. But you're looking at it on a mental frame of that thing instead of looking at it as consciousness. That's what consciousness literally does. So you need to do that with whatever you're doing, whether it's hearing, touching, or feeling. And just do that, just consciously, and you will see what I'm talking about. You will literally transcend. Trust me, it happened to me. That's why I'm telling you this. That's what consciousness essentially is. Just being and knowing and just staying there. And you will see what I'm talking about. You will make a shift. And then you will crack your L. And you will awaken. Hello guys. This video will awaken you. Let me tell you how. You are the consciousness. That is what you are. What is that consciousness? That consciousness is the vast, is the beyond, it's the transcendence of everything. It keeps going. It could be in everything, and it is in everything. So, smelling, touching, tasting are all forms of consciousness. Consciousness is in everything. Anything you see are all forms of consciousness. You're just putting a label on everything since it has a form. These are just forms, and these are physical objects, but these are all forms of consciousness. Because if you burn it, it's gonna go back to its source, which is the consciousness. The minerals, it's gonna go and it's gonna split, you know, because itself is consciousness. You have to be one with those consciousness, and you will be the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? The one, the unity consciousness. You're in separation consciousness when everything around you is just forms of consciousness. If you want to be one with everything, you got to be one with one of the things, and you will feel a difference. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's touching, feeling, or seeing these things, you got to do it with consciousness, and you will see a difference, guys. It is that simple. This will awaken you. Let me tell you why. These things around you, these physical forms, are all forms of consciousness. You know, just look at it. You know, just look. What did it take to make these things, these plants? Why are they alive? Why can they make more plants? Just look at everything. I'm just using plants as an example because they have life force. You know, you can tell the difference when you see in a plant how it's like treated. You look at this plant right here, plant A and plant B. You can water both of them, and in the way you treat them, if you treat this one with a certain way, and that one is gonna have a different result because you're giving it such level of consciousness of that feeling because they're all consciousness. If you see that plant as one, you see the difference, because these are all consciousness, you know. So they done a test where they got water, they put plants in it, and they put water in it, right? One spoke, one person they spoke love to that one, and they spoke hate to the other one. One spoke love to plant A, and they spoke hate, and the one with the that spoken with the love, that was plant A. It grew, and the other one didn't because it's consciousness. You know, imagine you became one with both of those plants, you will see a complete difference. And to see it as one, with just no label, to see it, you will make a shift, guys. It's that simple. This will awaken you. You say how consciousness only expands. It is itself. Just look at light. You can feel light, right? You can put your hands to it, see it. It feels as if it has no volume. You can see how bright the light is and how you could light up a whole room. That itself is your consciousness, your soul. You know, the force. That's what consciousness is. It's able to stand still. You know, if you notice the light, right? If you put a lamp, you notice how it just stands still, but it just expands. It go light because that's what consciousness is. And to increase your consciousness, right? You can increase your consciousness, but with your mind, you're seeing these things as dual from you. You're not seeing these things as consciousness. Might as well just see these things as forms of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That you connect to. Then to be in unity consciously, you connect with one of those things. You're connected with many things because you got to understand that everything has atoms. And if you're even talking on a physical level, some of the things have chemicals that derive from other chemicals or materials that it form itself as consciousness too. So you basically become with everything. So become with one with that item, whatever it's seeing it, observing it, feeling it, you're gonna see a difference. Just do it. Just don't label it. Just see it as consciousness at a dual perspective because they're kind of like seeing it as separate. Just do that, and you will see a difference. You start getting these glimpses, these realizations, and they're only going to see it and tap into its own nature, and You're going to be awakened. You realize you're not separate. It's so simple.